Before becoming self-employed, I had a long period, a decade of serious illness. And as I emerged from that, it became clear to me that the only way forward work-wise was to do something that I really loved.
We came up with our business idea because we were both very passionate about patient safety, and we both had the skills required to actually start a patient safety related business.
We had worked in the same organisation, a large hospital in the city. We'd worked together a little bit, so we knew we worked well together. And we were just interested at this stage in life to try doing the same work in a slightly different way.
Doing my own thing is something that I'd been wanting to do for a while. I had a break when I had my children, and then after that got a few jobs making videos, and it suits me. I can work flexibly, it fits around my children, and it's creative, which really motivates me.
I've been in the industry for 30 years, so in the freight forwarding and shipping industry for over 30 years, and been in various positions in the Bristol region. I think I needed the flexibility and the ability to just run my own company in the way I needed it.
I finished a uni degree in media, so it was film, photography, animation, a bit of website design. Afterwards, I kind of applied for jobs, and I got to the final stage of the interview, but it was always sort of knocked back, so there's someone better. So for me, it was more about just going for it and doing my own website business.
Before Outset, I did an array of jobs: account assistants, outdoor pursuits instructor. All of it wasn't suited to me. I'm quite a practical person. It's quite a daunting experience, especially thinking that I don't want to go and work for someone else. I want to launch my own style.
After leaving my job and starting my own business, I knew that I was lacking in certain knowledge about how to start the business and marketing, that kind of thing. So I was looking around for some mentoring or just advice.
I wanted to go through a program that gave me that reassurance, that held my hand and made sure I had ticked every box, especially the legal ones. I don't have any problem with the designing and the making and having lots of ideas, but when it came to giving it a really solid foundation, that's where I knew I needed some support.
I knew nothing about setting up a business, so I was very green coming into it.
I heard about the Outset course through a friend who'd done it, and she had benefited a lot from it. Her cleaning business was really growing, and she'd enjoyed the course and recommended it to me.
When I found Outset online, I spoke to the staff, and they really gave me the confidence that they were going to help me achieve what I wanted to.
The Outset course represented like a re-entry into the realities of what it means to work and receive, all the different aspects of setting up a business.
It focused my ideas and gave me a plan for the future of how I would go forward and set up the company from scratch.
I really enjoyed the way in which it was introduced in a gentle way, and the two programmes I think work well together.
The first course you go on, sort of the Introduction to Enterprise, it really starts you off at the fundamentals, and you learn about business planning and proper research.
The second course for me, the follow-on session, was the one where it really all began to all fit together. That was particularly focused in on all this sort of financial planning, and that is really, really important to know what your bottom line is, and to know your forecasting and where you will be in a year's time.
It helped me to better understand how to move the business forward, how to get new clients, and to define exactly what I do.
It kind of gave me that bit more confidence in sort of developing my business, developing the structure to my business. Because obviously I got the idea, but there was no really real structure to what I was going to charge, how I was going to go about it, how I was going to market myself. So it kind of all came together at the end of the programme.
Everything I was worried about financially didn't seem like it was going to be so daunting now, because I've had all my information I've gone through to reflect back on. Being in the Bristol area, I felt like it was in my community, so it was beneficial for me to be able to talk to other people on the course. The staff were so helpful, I could pick up the phone if I needed to, and I felt like it was just great for me. It
was a really good mixture of teaching from the front and group discussions and working things out for yourself, listening to other people. And our course leader was great because a lot of her teaching was based on her own experience, and she brought a lot of her own personality into it, which made it very accessible and just made me think, yeah, I can do this too.
I loved how enthusiastic Outset were about everyone and all their business ideas. We were an incredibly diverse bunch of people with the widest range of business ideas that you could possibly imagine. And yet we all had this common ground, and that was fantastic.
It gave me the confidence to be able to feel confident when I was actually talking about our business. And also the financial planning is really useful for your own personal life, isn't it? Now I don't have a regular income all of the time, every month like I used to. It's how you do plan your life and manage your money, which is really important.
It gave me a different perspective on an area that I didn't really know I was interested in, like starting businesses and all the opportunities that are out there. So I started to look at opportunities differently, and that's definitely affected my personal life and my business life.
It just gave me a massive increase in confidence. I felt like I know I've got my foundations in place, so anything I do from here is going to be well thought out and legal.
I think the thing I enjoyed the most was the working with other people, going through the same thing, so learning about the sort of diversity of businesses that people were embarking upon, and the one-to-one support that you get once you finish the programme as well. I think the blend of the two was very helpful. I
was able to meet the various mentors and get their advice and their input on the difficulties I was having at the time, really.
You sit down, you go through what you've achieved in the year, things that I'm still worried about now about setting up contracts with big clients. I know I'm a small business now, but I'm always looking for growth because you've always got to have a 5-year plan or maybe a 10-year plan or whatever you want to achieve. And it was always helpful to, reflect on what I've done and see how I'm going to move forward.
One of the advisors came and sat in on one of our training sessions, which was quite good because then he gave us some feedback. And specifically for me, I think there was a lot of the work around social media, which was a new thing for me. I asked a number of questions about that subsequently. Being
able to come back in and talk to the coaches and just go over things has kept me on a really good track, It's set goals and being able to talk about what to do next and how to keep developing the business.
Our plans for the future really are sort of world domination, but just to kind of work for another 4 or 5 years doing something that we're really passionate about.
I've been trading for 2 years now, and it's really growing. The work is really coming in now, which is exciting. And for the future, I'm planning to grow and hopefully take more people on board, contract out work a bit more.
It's a question of just building on what we've managed to achieve in the first year. Have some repeat business would be good, and to broaden the range of organisations that we get to work with.
At the moment, I just see my business sort of growing steadily. I'm getting more work now, so it's about increasing the workload and sort of maintaining it, really.
Taking step by step and growing steadily. My expansion plans will to have an office and to have staff and to grow the business from there.
I feel really happy with my business, obviously. I'm always looking for ways to develop and things I want to move on to next. I'm looking to maybe in the next 5 years start a design consultancy next, because I do a lot of the practical side, but I can't stay on the tools forever. And who knows, maybe start a furniture business.
I'm building a network at the moment of other designers and people that I like to work with, and I think in the years to come I'd like to really establish it as a bigger business and get some employees and work together and start to collaborate and work with some great people, and yeah, that's what I plan to do.
Everything I did with Outset I enjoyed. They made it all really easy to absorb, and all the fact sheets take away from you is something I still look at now.
It got me thinking about things I wouldn't have even dreamt of. Maybe I could have read lots of books, but this was a much better way to do it.
It really made me think that we did have a business. It was worth something, we really needed to make this work, and there was a future in it.
I don't think I'd still be in business if I hadn't come to Outset. With the contacts that I made from Outset, I've really been able to move my business forward in a positive direction. and that's been absolutely invaluable.
It's been great in just helping me to keep the vision in focus, really, about where I'm going now and in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time.
It's certainly been motivational for me, and the support that the mentors have given me has been superb.
Whatever age you are, whatever experience you've got, if you're starting up a business for the first time, you're very much a beginner.
It's great to meet with other people who are going through the same thing, having lots of ideas. It's a very dynamic kind of environment, and it's free, so you can't go wrong, really.
Definitely go to one session, just start from the beginning, see if it's the sort of thing that you're interested in, see if you think it will benefit what you want to do, and just go from there, because if you don't go, you're not going to find out. So
if you're thinking about joining the Outset, or you've got a business idea, just go for it, because you can talk to your friends, talk to your family, but there's only so much you can talk about it without them not understanding. They're not in the self-employment environment. So for me, it was a good way to sort of move forward with your idea.
By spending a week going through that tailored program, you will save yourself so much time, energy and money. It was doing the Outset training that made me recognise how much benefit and value there is in outsourcing business support, basically.
Everybody needs it in business. Yes, you're out there by yourself, but it's always nice to know there's someone you can go for advice if you need to. I would recommend it to anyone. It really was the making of me.